See, Class 12 examinations continue. About 300 students have written to the Chief Justice of India requesting that the exams not be held in the offline or in the physical mode, and have sought that they could be tested under any other way, including online, etc. Several other such options have been given. What really is on the mind of students at this moment, even as the centre has sought replies from different state governments? Several of them have replied to the centre on this, and a decision is expected, many say, by the first week of June. And of course, that would be very crucial in deciding whether the board exams are physically conducted or not. Let's take this across to our guests, in fact, who are joining us. All right, we have some reactions coming in. Let's take a quick look at that, then we discuss the story.
1.5 घंटे की परीक्षा करना, प्रश्न पत्र ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप हो, छोटे प्रश्न हो, इस प्रकार के प्रश्नों को पूछ करके 1.5 घंटे में परीक्षा संपन्न करा लेना और सभी विषयों की परीक्षा लेना। हमने सीबीएसई के लिए बी ऑप्शन जो है उसके लिए सुझाव दिया है कि बी ऑप्शन में कराए, और दूसरा जो ऑप्शन है उसको हमने मध्य प्रदेश के लिए कहा है कि भाई मध्य प्रदेश में, क्योंकि हमारे पेपर सेटिंग हो चुके हैं, प्रश्न पत्र छप चुके हैं, सारी व्यवस्था हो चुकी है, अब इसको करने में बहुत लंबा समय लगेगा, ज़्यादा विलम्ब होगा, परीक्षा ज़्यादा विलम्ब से हो पाएगी, इसलिए हम जो मुख्य विषय हैं उनकी परीक्षा लेने के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं। और
Let's take this across to our guests. Joining us live with us is Iqbal Singh Lalpura, spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Rashmi Mantri is Education and Director of DYITC, joining us live. But Somesh Gupta is with us, who's a Class 12 student. And let me ask Somesh, the students who have written to the Chief Justice are saying that it's not practically feasible to hold a physical examination just yet because of the risk of corona. Is that what you and your classmates have also believed, and would you also urge the same?
Yeah, it's totally correct, as because we are being in a dilemma with more than 2-3 months, and I don't think it's a high time now. So the government should take a proper decision regarding the examination. And after 2-3 months, then also corona is on a peak. And after this, if the government is postponing the exams or taking offline exams, it's not safe for students, as because students are facing already a anxiety and stress level so much, so they are getting in a depression way, or attempting suicide, and different kind of activities are having with the student. So each and every person can say that there is a huge difference between a saying and a doing. If a government is saying we can give online exams, offline exams by going to the centers, I can understand that government can take precautions and safety measures in centers, but I don't think that government can take precautions on a public transport. This is my point, because
Right. There are several such points that have been made, but certainly, of course, one can understand that the mental health of not just students but everyone who has been stuck indoors for several months now is perhaps not the most optimum. But certainly, of course, no drastic measures need to be taken. The government certainly will take into account the concern of all. Having said that, Iqbal Singh Lalpura, the pressure that is being built on these students, we have seen 2 rounds of examinations being cancelled. We have seen now the possibility of them having to go out, and over 300 of them writing to the Chief Justice of India saying that this is not the most opportune time to actually conduct physical exams because we could get infected. Several students also say they could come back home and then infect those at home if they actually are carriers of this disease. In that light, and with such strong opposition coming in from the student community, is the government still keen on carrying out the exams in the physical mode? Can't other options like, say, the Class 10 formula or something else in that light be looked at?
Government is alive to all the problems of the students. They are suffering for the last 2 years. It is very difficult to teach and get education without physical meetings as in classrooms. So they have genuine problems, and government is looking into every aspect of it. I think we will come out with the right solution, and we are here to not only save our students, but to look after their health, but also about their education and their future.
Sir,
All right,
I want
let
to
me bring
add
in Dr. Rashmi Mantri on that as well. Dr. Rashmi Mantri, just 1 second. Let me just bring in the other panelists as well. Dr. Mantri, as an educationist, is there anything that the government can look at in terms of, either holding an option of an online examination? Is there, I know because class 12 is this one very big benchmark or this one very big parameter that is sort of, life defining for a teenager in terms of what career path, what higher education, etc. he or she wants to look at. So is there really something that could be a fair alternative to the board exam that can be evolved, and why are we only talking about this year? What about the fact that we've already lost 2 months of this academic year working from home and studying from home? We should also be taking serious measures to look at how we will evaluate students in the upcoming year also.
So, of course, not having an exam is a loss for children, but it is a demand of our parents are even scared to send their children to the schools, even if the exams do happen. So there can be different approaches can be taken, as you are asking. There can be practically oriented approaches can be taken, where the children can be given some practical assessments and project-based studies, and kids can complete their projects from home only. Of course, this is unlike a traditional method of exams, but kids does not always need to memorize the big books and the answers. They can showcase the answers by showing the knowledge in this way too. So, like more practical approach can be introduced, where less memorization of the huge books will then can be concise to few hours of practical work. And doing this setting just for 1 year should not be an issue.
All right, that's an interesting solution there, Dr. Rashmi Mantri, more practical focused teaching and examination. Iqbal Singh Lalpura and Somesh Gupta, also thanks to all of you for joining us. Very, very important issue, certainly parents, teachers, as well as the entire academic community, and of course the students will be looking at the centre's decision very closely. For the moment, we're slipping into a quick break.